Hey guys and girls, in today's video we're going to talk about Levergun Safeties, and I've got 6 lever guns here on the table and 5 of them have an entirely different kind of lever gun safety. So I hope you'll stick around. It seems like a mess. Hi, George here, and welcome to Tales from Target Suite, where I'll share my perspective on guns and shooting, and we'll have an adventure or two that will make even a grown man smile. And smile I am, because I've got so many lever guns here on the table saw. And the first one we're going to talk about here is the Henry H001. I'm going to give you a quick flyover, and then we're going to talk about this particular safety, which I say represents the quintessential lever gun safety. Here we go. And it does have a typical half-cock safety. So from here we pull the trigger, we pull the hammer back, just a notch there, we call it a half-cock, and from there you cannot pull the trigger. So the gun is, I would call it, in the safe conditions. And Henry has based basically an entire business off of this original H001, and they have sold millions, I am sure, if not tens of millions of this gun with just that historic half-cock safety. So kudos to Henry, simplicity at its finest. We've got another Henry over here. It's quite different. We'll get to it here in just a minute. But the Henry H001, nice little gun. And just for reference, I've got here a Browning BL-22. This is the Micro Midas, and it's a great little gun. This one is actually my grandson's, and this is a Miroku made Browning BL-22. It also has the half-cock safety right there, prevents you from pulling the trigger. So I only brought that up because just wanted to let you know that there are other modern manufacturers besides Henry who are using the typical traditional half-cock safety as their only safety device. So there's 2 versions, and there are other guns as well, many of them imported, that also use just the half-cock safety. Then we get to one of my favorite guns. This is the recently reintroduced Marlin 1894. This one's chambered in .357 Magnum. Yes, and it's made by Ruger, and it also has a half-cock safety. Let's take a look at it real quick. Oh yes. Really nicely done. I think these are the nicest of all the Marlins, these Ruger made Marlins, but it does have a half-cock safety. So if we pull the trigger, hammer goes all the way down, pull it back a little bit, it's at half-cock. Now there is no way you're going to fire that gun. So if I put the half-cock safety on, it doesn't go all the way down. So the Marlin 1892, or 1894, sorry, utilizes the half-cock safety, typical half-cock safety, and the Crossbolt safety. And the Crossbolt safety, as I said, blocks the hammer just before the half-cock notch. So let's take a look at the next one. And this is a brand new gun. It's been out for a couple of months. I just got my hands on it. And this is the new lever gun from Savage called the Savage Revel. It's very similar in design, as far as the internal design, to the Henry H001, and it also has a half-cock safety. Although, as I seem to remember from the owner's manual, that they do not recommend using the half-cock notch for a safety. But let's take a look at this gun. You may not have seen it very much. Here we go. Really nicely done. There's a very interesting ridge right down here, or down the stock. But here is the half-cock safety at work. Fire the gun, pull the hammer cannot fire. So that's why it's called a half-cock safety. Pull it all the way back, fire the gun. But it does have a crossbolt safety. And unlike the crossbolt safety on the Marlin, this crossbolt safety only blocks the hammer when the hammer is at full cock. So now I can put the half-cock safety on, cannot pull the trigger. Now, if I were to take the half-cock safety off and let the hammer down, then put the half-cock safety on, I can't even cycle the lever because the hammer is blocked from going all the way back to the full cock notch where the safety resides. And so this is an interesting manifestation of both a traditional half-cock safety and the full cock and the crossbolt safety. So I hope to make a video with this fairly soon, and we'll talk more about that crossbolt safety implementation. Very nice gun, I will say that. Here's one of my favorites, and this is the Miroku made Winchester, model 1892. It's been around since 1892. Miroku makes one of the finest models and versions of this gun. Let's take a close look, and we'll talk about this safety. And this guy here has a Tang safety, and the Tang safety blocks the hammer at what we would call half cock. But the reason there's a half cock here is because there is an internal spring that returns the hammer from full fire to the half cock position where you can engage the safety. So the safety engages just like this. But let me show you a super slow motion video of that hammer falling, and you can see how that hammer goes down, bounces a couple of times, and then returns to beyond the half cock notch where you can actually engage that safety. So that's just the way it is. Very different, but beautiful gun, and I really like those Miroku Winchesters. They are so finely made, but just not a traditional half cock. And that brings us to the last one that we want to talk about, and this is the Henry Big Boy. This is the 360 Buckhammer. I called it Buckmaster in the first take I did on this video, but you can tell I haven't been doing YouTube videos for quite a while, and maybe we'll get back to a more regular pace here one of these days, but we're just taking care of stuff at home these days. I hope you'll bear with me. But anyway, here's the 360 Buckhammer. One of Henry's centerfire rifles, and I think most, if not all, Henry centerfire rifles have this type of safety. You can correct me in the comments if you will, but let's take a look at this, the most unique of all of these safeties. And there it is, a really nice gun. I love the 360 Buckhammer cartridge. I really like this rifle. And this rifle doesn't have any kind of half cock notch or anything. It just has full cock right there. And so how in the world is this a safe gun to carry with a round in the chamber? And the answer is because there is a transfer bar, and you really can't see it in this video, but it only engages, the transfer bar only engages to strike the firing pin when the trigger is pulled. So a different kind of manifestation. I really like having a half cock notch, but that was Henry's option. So great, very interesting, different. So 5 different types of safeties represented right here. And I just ask you guys and girls, why does it have to be so complicated? Why can't we just all settle on the traditional half-cock notch as represented here by the H001 Henry 22 LR, the Browning BL 22 Micro Midas, and a host, thousands, millions of other 22s that are still out there that just have a half-cock notch. I wish that were the case. But anyway, it's great to see you. Hope to get more videos out, but like I said, we're just taking care of stuff at home now, and but I hope to see you again in a video here about the Savage Revel, a great little gun, great little manifestation of the Ithaca Model 72, just like the Henry H001. Both came from the same DNA. This is Savage's version. That's Henry's version. Great little gun. Both of them great. We'll talk about this, I hope, in a video soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment, like, subscribe, all of those things if you will. It's great seeing you again in another video. I hope to see